Hey everyone. Um, yeah, I'm in Scotland. So much for all those packing videos. It's really hard for me to vlog on my computer because I'm just staring at myself. It's very strange. Anyway, I'll try to look at the camera because my other camera is basically dead because I used it at a museum while we were in Edinburgh, but I haven't had the chance to charge it and upload all of that, but I will get to that soon, hopefully. It's been kind of a crazy week, and I'm going to try not to rehash all of my horror stories and everything like that, just because I've already written about them and told them to like 4,000 people, and it's just starting to depress me, so I'm going to try and focus on good things, or at least new things. I wrote a list of things I'm going to talk about. It's not a very good list, but yeah, where I'm living. I'm living in like the apartment style housing here at St. Andrews, and it's very nice, very swanky. I have like a double bed, which I've never had, except for that's a really awkward angle. But yeah, I've never had that except for in like a hotel room. So that's kind of nice. Although I'm used to like cocooning myself up when I sleep, and it's kind of hard to do when you have like 4 feet of duvet on either side of you, and you're like kind of just rolling and trying to. So that's interesting. But yeah, it's kind of far away from the um, town center. I mean, it's a 20-minute walk, which isn't too bad, except for when you're carrying a duvet cover and sheets and had a really crap morning, like I did yesterday. Or when it's raining, like it was today. So, hopefully neither of those things happen very often. But, yeah, so it's a lot of walking, but that's good for me. Maybe I won't actually join the gym now since I'm just going to constantly be walking. Maybe, who knows. I might, they have an archery team here, or like an archery club or something, and I'm kind of tempted to do archery because that would just be hysterical. Hopefully I wouldn't kill anyone. I think usually no one's anywhere near the targets though, so that should be good. Um, but yeah, I don't know. There are a couple of funny things about living here. I mean, first, like, it's not an apartment like I'm used to. It's basically just a mini hallway, and then all of our rooms are off of the hallway, and then we each have our own bathroom, so, like, I pretty much don't ever need to leave my room. But, yeah, I promise. But no, and then the kitchen is also, like, behind a fire door off of the hallway, which makes sense, I guess, to have it behind a fire door, because it's obvious. But yeah, it's a little weird. I need to get a TV license, which is hysterical. That they license TV, but I don't know. It's kind of like ridiculous. It's like 145 pounds, which is like $230 about. Well, I mean, it's for the full year. It's not like I pay that monthly, but like it's ridiculous. I pay them $200 so I can watch TV. I don't know. My mother said, well, maybe you just won't watch TV then. And I'm not sure if she was joking or serious. But I haven't been watching TV today. Mostly because I've been in town today. But yeah. Um, yeah, I'll get to today later. What else did I want to talk about? Toilets and candy bars is the second thing I'm talking about. I, yeah. The weird little things that are like different. I mean, we talked a little bit about this in Edinburgh during our orientation, or like our Arcadia people did, and we had Milky Ways and like Mars bars and Snickers and whatever, like, and they were using it as like this kind of bad analogy for what to like differences in how culture shock can often be like just the little things that you would never think of, and which one day you can just snap and just be really angry that your Milky Way bar has no caramel in it because it's basically our Three Musketeers bar, and a Mars bar is our Milky Way bar, and Snickers are just the same, and I don't know. It was very, very strange. So yeah, candies are different. One of my roommates very kindly gave me like a bag of, like she lives in Perth, which is about an hour away from St. Andrews, and she gave me a bag of candy, and one of the, I don't think you can see that, but one of the brands that she gave me was Quality Street, which I think is hilarious. Quality Street. Just, where do you live? Oh, I live on Quality Street. Oh, how is it there? Oh, it's good quality, you know. I don't know. I was very amused when I was opening like a package. I also don't know what any of them are, so I've just kind of been tasting them, and one of them tasted kind of like orange Delsum, which orange Delsum tastes good for cough suppressant, but not so much in a candy bar. I don't know. But yeah, also toilets. That was the other part of things that are strangely weird, or like that you wouldn't expect to be different. I don't really know what it is. It just feels like to flush a toilet here, you have to try harder. It's very, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you really have to crank them here. And it's not like where we just kind of like, boop. You have to like crank. It's very hard to explain. Whoever comes to visit me will be able to vouch for it because it's, I don't know, it's different. I don't know why or how, but it is. Um, but yeah, so like the little things that are different are strange. I nearly got run over by a car today because I like looked right and then I looked left and then I forgot to look right again and I stepped out into the road. But that's not because I'm in a foreign country. That's because I'm not very observant. Yeah. Please ring for attention. Today in the little bistro we have, I noticed a sign next to like a little buzzer that said, please ring for attention, which clearly means like if no one's around, then just ring this and someone will come out and help you get your food or whatever. But I just had this image of someone standing there pressing the button because they just need attention. And like attention seekers. And I thought, well, that's kind of a dangerous sign to put out if there's a lot of attention seekers, but I don't know. Please ring for attention. I don't know. Little things that amuse me lately. Which brings us to accents. I'm not as amused by them as I thought I would be. I mean, I thought it would be very, like, disconcerting and that people would talk to me and I'd be like, what are you saying? I mean, I still have that sometimes, but for the most part, it's just completely, like, normal. I don't know if I desensitized myself by, like, watching so much BBC America. Maybe. I don't know. But it's just, I don't know, it wasn't that strange to talk to people, and no one has yet, like, when I open my mouth and say something, no one has been, oh my god, an American! It's really just been, like, normal. I sometimes have to remind myself that if people haven't heard me talk, they won't just automatically assume I'm an American. I was sitting at the bus stop this morning until I figured out that the bus doesn't run on Sundays. But, and there was a family there, and I was just, you know, I didn't say anything. I just kind of, like, nodded at them and just kept, like, flipping through my orientation pamphlets or whatever. And I kind of, I don't know, I felt like they would know I was an American, and then I was like, no, you haven't said anything to them. How would they be able to know that you weren't Scottish? So, I don't know why that was such a weird, like, maybe because I always talk, and now I find myself just sometimes being more quiet. partly because I'm just like, I don't have anything to say and I'm not, or I think there may be some of it where I just kind of don't want to mark myself out as an American, whereas in the same situation back home, I would be chattering away, just making random comments, whereas here I kind of hang back a little, I guess. I don't know. It's always weird. I always feel a little weird starting conversations with Scottish people, even like people on like the warden's team, which like the warden here is kind of like the RA, but it's like more for, I don't know how to, it's basically an RA, and then but they're not really a student. The warden has like a team which is generally made up of students, but yeah, I don't think the warden himself is a student, but I don't remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I went up to some of the people on the ward, like some of the Wardenial team, and I always feel like awkward asking them a question because I'm like, I don't want to speak. I don't want to. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm sure I'll get over that. I usually do get over the not talking thing. I don't know. There are a lot of trees around, more than I'm used to, even at home. Maybe it's just because I'm walking more than I do at home, but it's just like trees and trees and trees, and it's kind of unbearably quaint here. Like just little stone houses by the side of the road, like halfway obscured by like a vine, and uh, I don't know. I mean, it's very pretty. I've been usually I'm just kind of cranky because I'm walking and it's like cold and wet. And yesterday I hadn't eaten since I left Edinburgh, and so I was like tired and cold and hungry and stressed out, and I was walking to get a stupid duvet so I could sleep, and I was just cranky, and everyone was like, "How are you liking it?" And I was like, "I hate everything right now. Don't talk to me." But yeah, trees, lots of nature. I think that's the one thing that about Scotland that isn't. But I don't. Well, no, it's not like it isn't for me. Like, oh, I hate nature, but I don't know. It's taking some getting used to. It's very interesting. Lots of trees, lots of there's like moss growing on like little stone walls that are along the road, and I kind of just stood there and poked one for like a minute just because I needed to touch something like soft and green and damp and cold, and that doesn't sound as pleasant as it was. It was very pretty. It was a zen moment.